Hello, everyone. I'm Jessic44, I'll say name's Fly, and welcome to this Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous. Last episode, we found Hulrun, of all people, who is basically standing guard over this pit. Yeah, you do a wonderful job. He also kind of believes that, that a priest of Desna is kind of, a criminal. The priest kind of ran off. We'll go find and speak with them soon. Oh, hi! You were not there literally a second ago. Literally, you were not there. But, okay. And that path goes back to where we came in. So, let's take a look up this way. Oh!
I'll cut you wide open.
Yep, a lot more insects. We can take care of all of those. There we go. Not too shabby at all. Stories told to us by spirits.
We do it my way.
And that would take us back over to there. We do not need to do it. Okay. That's literally all there is there. Now that priest of Desna, he ran off. But I have a feeling he probably ran off back to the temple. So, let's head back up to the temple here. He's probably here. Oh, there he is. Ramian. The golden-curled Aasimar greets you with a graceful bow. So you found me. I have nowhere else to run. I am at your mercy. Kill me if you wish, but I ask you, hear me out first. Did you really know about the demon attack before it happened? I did. We have a secret ally in the enemy's ranks. No one knows who this brave soul is, but she has been feeding us information about the demon's plans. These dispatches have come to us by the most reliable channel bestowed upon us by the great dreamer herself. They have come to us in dreams. Prelate Hulrun brushed them off as meaningless reveries, and... well, I admit that it isn't always easy to distinguish our allies' messages from ordinary dreams. But even ordinary dreams are gifts from Desna and are always worthy of attention. The prelate, and all the crusade leaders for that matter, should have put less store in reason and more in intuition, inspiration, and spontaneity. Okay, in all honesty, that's a little bit arguable there. What's more, not long before the attack on the city, a blind elf who calls himself the Storyteller arrived in Canabras. This wanderer wasn't merely a collector of legends, but a scholar of the unknown. According to him, the wardstone in our city, the first and most important in the chain of wardstones, weakened since long ago, was teetering on the brink of corruption. It seems that the Red Morning the Red Morning Massacre and other demon attacks, even the ones we fended off, did not leave us unscathed. Unfortunately, the prelate did not wish to listen to the storyteller either. We're lucky he wasn't burnt at the stake as a heretic. He had such vital information on our hands, information that could have saved the city, but no one cared to listen all the way to the catastrophic end. Not all dreams have benign origins. What if those dreams were sent by demons? In a different time and place, someone perhaps could have become the victim of false dreams sent by monsters. But here, in the war with the Abyss, the goddess is keeping a close eye on her most faithful followers. I have no doubt that if a demon tried to intrude upon the dreams of any one of us, Desna's punishment would have been swift. Tell me about the strange rituals that were going to be performed on the wardstone. Ramian looked slightly abashed. When my attempts to open Hulrun's eyes ended in failure, a few of my young adepts resolved to take matters into their own hands. They did not consult me before doing so, but I have never demanded iron discipline from my priests. Army commanders may have subordinates, but I have pupils and fellow worshippers. I can only inspire them. I cannot command them. And it seems they were inspired all on their own. In other words, you get to preach what you want, and you don't have to take any responsibility for your flock. You've really got it made. For pity's sake, how can I be held responsible for the actions of others? These are not children we are discussing here. They are grown adults endowed with their own free will, praise the goddess. Of course, we all help one another, but in the final reckoning, each of us decides how we will act, and each must answer for those choices. They had no ill intent. They only wished to access the Wardstone in secret and try to cleanse it. But to Hulrun, this became perform a suspect ritual after hearing even more suspect voices in their dreams. The children wanted to save their city, but the Inquisitors detained them and almost killed them. I had to intervene. I used my authority and my power as a cleric to give them a chance to flee. If they hadn't got away, they were destined for a cell in the prelate's dungeons, and quite likely death. Why are you and Hulrun feuding? Oh, I am not feuding with him. I sincerely wish only the best for the man. In an ideal world, he'd be far away from the front lines, enjoying a peaceful retirement. But even if that isn't possible, I have always tried to help him fulfill the mission he has taken upon himself, and to which he has proved fatally ill-suited. Protecting Canabras against the demons. Unfortunately, he is convinced that the followers of Desna are heretics and saboteurs. He refused to listen to me, and it was only the knightly orders that deterred him from including us in his witch hunt. Now there is clearly no one left to stand in his way. He is finally free to get rid of us once and for all. Is there a chance you can resolve your conflict? I don't know. Hulrun's faith is truly formidable, not only his faith in Iomedae, but in his own infallibility. In other words, he's as hard-headed as a rock troll, but even so, Desna teaches us never to lose hope. Talk to him. Try to explain that we are fighting on the same side. If he attacks you, disarm him, bind his hands, but I beg you, if at all possible, please do not kill him. Why haven't you left this place for somewhere safer? Because people might need help, and they will come to the temple in search of a priest. I will not hide away in a hole, saving my own neck, while Canabras is full of people suffering in the wake of the demon's attack. I have to go. Oh, wait! 3 of my adepts are hiding somewhere in the ruins of the city. The ones the Inquisitors wrongly accused of treason. I beg you, find them and protect them against the demons and vigilantes like Hulrun. They will not rest until they find them. If there is anything else you can do to save Canabras, please do it. Oh! Stranger, wait! You spared Raimi, and despite what that mad Inquisitor told you, the young voice comes from nowhere. Oh, hang on, I forgot to remove the spell. I hope Hulrun's dogs aren't lurking nearby. A pale youth materializes before you. His face looks haggard from lack of sleep, but he is clearly pleased to be speaking to someone. So you're one of the Desnan attempts that tried to break into the Wardstone? Yes, I am Ilkes, cleric of Desna, and one of the people who answered the call of the voice in dreams. Some unknown person made contact with us through our dreams, telling us about the demon's plans. We learned that the demons were planning to attack Canabras and do something terrible to our Wardstone, which already carries a taint of corruption. Prelate Hulrun refused to heed our warnings. We had to make a choice. We could either throw up our hands and pull back, or take action, even though it could cost us our lives. But what heartless person could stand by in the face of such a deadly threat? What were you planning to do to the Wardstone? Our plan was to get to it and then follow our instincts. There were 3 of us, a cleric, a mage, and a bard. Between us, we know a lot. We're capable of a great deal. If we'd had enough time, I'm sure we could have figured out what's wrong with the Wardstone and how to heal it. But they didn't give us time. Yes, the local commanders got roped into dealing with this. Some idiot kids trying to break into the Wardstone, apparently some of ours, but who even knows these days? I know there's no evil in you, I can sense things like that. But what you did was so stupid and impulsive. Someone could have got hurt. I know from experience. So you lot decided that you needed to do something right away, so you did something right away. Great work. Like the city authorities would have done a better job. They weren't going to do a thing, even though it sounds like they knew about the danger. All they knew was that some crazies had some weird dreams. But anyway, it's a little late to be trying to pin blame on people. How did you even come up with such a plan? How could we not come up with that plan? You sense the young man's temper rising. Listen, Desna is the goddess of luck, but luck as many lay people would understand it, and luck as we, the followers of the music of the spheres, see it, are far from the same thing. Other people would believe that luck is something good that falls into your lap just because, like a generous but unearned reward. We see luck as a fundamental law of creation, according to which, even in the darkest hour of the most hopeless situation, a chance to rescue and change for the better can arise. But you've got to seize this chance when it presents itself. Or better yet, create your own. Followers of Desna are not people who like idleness and inaction. That's why when Canabras was in trouble, we did as our goddess had taught us. We took the matter into our own hands and tried in a moment of desperation to pluck our chance from the hands of fate itself. You were trying to help. Can they punish you if you were trying to help? Is that allowed? Sometimes it's even necessary. How could a zealot like Hulrun become the respected defender of Canabras? His faith is strong, incredibly strong. The people of the city have seen him fighting on the front lines time after time. I myself remember feeling dumbstruck the first time I saw that gruff old man slaying demons in a fit of righteous fury. The people living on the edge of the abyss need protecting more than anyone else. And that's why they are prepared to forgive their protector almost anything, even prejudice, paranoia, and the death of innocence. Also, Hulrun hasn't been as brutal as he used to be for a long time. He has his loyal right-hand man, Leotar, known as Hawkblade. He's a witch hunter too, but a good deal more rational and even-tempered. Hulrun trusts him completely, and Leotar always conducts a thorough investigation before dragging a victim to the fire. It's our bad luck that Leotar left Canabras in pursuit of some particularly vicious hags 2 weeks before the attack. If he were here, he wouldn't have let Hulrun attack Ramian. On the other hand, if he were here, we wouldn't have escaped after trying to get to the Wardstone. We'd all be in a cell right now. Whose voice have you been hearing in your dreams? Nobody knows what it is, but everyone who has heard it, her, I should say, is convinced that she is a good and pure soul chosen by Desna. We had a choice. We could trust her, accept that we have an ally somewhere who isn't afraid of all the armies of the Abyss, or we could... Hold on, Cat is standing in front of computer. Or we could drown in suspicions and get one step closer to becoming just like Hulrun. We decided to trust the voice, and seeing Canabras devastated, which is what our unknown ally tried to prevent until the very end, I can see now who had the truth on their side. Where are your fellow worshippers, and how many of them are there? Fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know where they are. We split up to confuse the Inquisitors who were chasing us. Do you need help? Desna teaches us to trust in last-ditch chances. Listen, my friends are called Aranka and Thal the Wallflower. Aranka is an amazing singer and a truly beautiful girl. She has plenty of friends and fans. She's probably blended into a crowd somewhere. Wallflower is a mage, but I don't think he'll risk using magic. It will only bring the Inquisitors down on him. He'll be harder to find. You'd better find Aranka first. She might know where Wallflower is. Please, find them and protect them against the demons and the Inquisitors. I will await news in the Goddess's temple. I hope our mysterious helper will send us a new message that will reveal what is to come from the demons. Go. May Desna be with you, stranger. Alright. Well, I suppose we can see if we can convince Hulrun to let them go. I mean... we showed him we have the angels on our side. Maybe he'll listen to us. Let me drop a save just in case. Alright, Hulrun, let's talk. I talked to Ramian. He is not your enemy. He only wants what is good for Canabras. The Inquisitor gives you a black look. I would consider those words an admission of treason from anyone else, but I don't wish to draw my weapon against she who has been given heaven's gift. And I won't, as long as you don't do anything worse than conniving with that rabble-rouser Ramian. I won't ask you again to kill the rabble-rouser, but as soon as we liberate the city from the demons, my faithful will hunt him down. Go on, and keep your head down. So, I don't think that helped as much as we'd hoped. Let's go tell Ramian. Oh, hey, we leveled up! Alright, first things first, we tell Ramian, then we do the level up. I managed to calm Hulrun down a little, but he's still hell-bent on driving you out of the city once the demon attack has been repelled. I suppose I should be pleased, but the idiocy, the injustice of it all, makes my blood boil. I will leave Canabras, but not before we fight off the demons. No matter what happens, I thank you. Irabeth Tirabade of the Eagle Watch is gathering survivors in the Defender's Heart Tavern. You would be very useful there. Commander Tirabade. I do not know her personally, but her wife Anevia is a regular worshipper at our temple. I would be glad to aid them in this fight. I have to go. Thank you for listening to me and defending me. I will now go to the Defender's Heart. I hope to see you there. May Desna keep you. Okay. And now, we have level ups. First up, me, Eldritch Scion. We don't really get much. Ooh. I can put a point in here. I think putting this point into Dexterity to get +3 isn't a bad idea. For this, Persuasion and Perception, definitely. And we can get a level 2 spell. I'm going to ignore Scorching Ray. Mirror Image isn't a bad idea. It actually would be useful since I am going into melee a lot. Invisibility is interesting. Oh, I get 2 spells. Okay, Mirror Image is a good idea. Splash Weapon for fire. Effortless Armor. Armor you wear no longer reduces your speed. You also reduce the armor's armor check penalty by 1, +1 per 5 caster levels. I don't think so. Frigid Touch. That is a touch attack, and I am in melee. This doesn't seem like a bad idea. Mirror Image and Frigid Touch. I like that idea. I'm not going to go with Bull Strength, Cat's Grace, Bear's Endurance. Those quickly become useless because they're enhancement bonuses, and I get that from other ways. Blur isn't the worst. But no, I'm going to take Mirror Image and Frigid Touch. There we go. Next, we have Sela. Smite Evil and Channel Positive Energy. Good thing to have. I will give you Charisma. You're a paladin, so it's actually useful for you. Boop, boop, boop. And you get some new spells. Okay. Spirit Hunter Shaman. Camellia. I will give you a point in Dexterity to get that to +5, which will be good. Mobility and Trickery. Okay, which one of these do I want? Gains a Metamagic feat? I don't think so. I don't really use these that much. That's not very useful. Diseases, inhaled poisons, and noxious effects. And noxious gaseous effects are negated. Okay, ameliorating actually could be useful. We'll go with that one. Okay, I know about that, but I don't need to worry about that. You are a rogue. You gained a point in Dexterity. You gained your things there. Invisibility and Mirror Image. They are not a bad thing to have, in all honesty. So I'll let you keep those two. Lan, you're up next. Zen Archer. Wisdom. Skills. Let's see. True Strike. I mean, it's a free thing, so it can have use if you need to hit someone. Oh no, it's a standard action. Never mind, it's not useful. Increase speed. Scorching Ray, standard action. I guess you can keep it. And now for the Stignant pot for Ember. Charisma is a good boost. Knowledge Arcana, Persuasion, and use Magic Device. Sure, why not? Heal, yes. Cure moderate wounds, yes. Okay. So I don't have any preparations ready for that. You can take a level 1 spell. I am going to give you Lesser Restoration so that you have it. You can take another level 1 spell. I guess a Bless isn't a bad thing to have. And on level 2... not a bad idea to have another Cure Moderate Wounds. As for you, you've got your level 1 spells. I should change them at some point. You do have a couple. Mirror Image isn't a bad one. And I guess you may as well take Invisibility. And the rest of you are fine as you are. Can't do anything else. Okay. And with that, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. Next episode, we're going to do some more exploring and see what else we can find here. So we've got more places to look around at. But that'll be in the next episode. So until then, I am Chester44, also known as Fly. That is me, Sela, Camellia, Woljif, Lan, and Ember. This has been a Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous, and I shall see you all next time.